Hello everybody. Nowadays we are discussing the general studies paper of UPSC Civil Services Preliminary Examination held in June 2022. Normally we discuss 5 questions in a day and today I am going to discuss the next 5 questions. Let us start today's discussion with the first question of today. So the question was with reference to Indian history, which of the following was known as Kulah-Daran? So, Kulah-Daran, the individuals who used to wear Kulah were known as Kulah-Daran. So, what was Kulah? Kulah was the name of a pointed cap which was worn by the Sayyids during the Delhi Sultanate era. It was their official headgear. So, the 4 options given are Arab merchants, Qalandars, Persian calligraphists and Sayyids. So the correct answer is D, that is Sayyids. So Kulah-Daran, Sayyids used to wear a pointed cap called Kulah and therefore they were known as Kulah-Daran. They belonged to the theological class during Delhi Sultanate era. Kulah was the official headgear worn by Sayyids. So all these points we have already discussed. I have already told you. So next question is with reference to Indian cities, consider the following statements. The Dutch established their factories or warehouses on the east coast on lands granted to them by Gajpati rulers. This statement is wrong because the Dutch established their factories or warehouses on the east coast in the 17th century while the Gajpati rulers ruled the territory in the 15th and 16th centuries. So therefore this statement is incorrect. The second statement, Alfonso de Albuquerque captured Goa from Bijapur Sultanate. Yes, this statement is correct. He captured Goa from Bijapur Sultanate for Portuguese. The next is the English East India Company established a factory at Madras on a plot of land leased from a representative of the Vijayanagara Empire. Yes, this statement is correct. The English East India Company established their first factory at Madras in 1614 with, in the Fort St. George, and that was built on a piece of land leased from a representative of the Vijayanagara Empire. So the two statements 2 and 3 are correct. So therefore our answer is B here. So Dutch established their factories on the eastern coast at the following places. One is Masulipatam in 1605 in Andhra Pradesh. Next, Pulicat in 1610 in Tamil Nadu. Next is Bimlipatnam or Bhimunipatnam in 1641 in Andhra Pradesh, and then Chinsura in 1653 in West Bengal. Gajpati rulers ruled in Odisha from 1434 to 1541. This was their period. Alfonso de Albuquerque captured Goa for the Portuguese in 1510 from Adil Shahi rulers of Bijapur. The English built Fort St. George in 1640 on the piece of a land leased from Raja Dharmal Venkatadhari, a representative of the Vijayanagara Empire. So next question. It is according to Kautilya's Arthashastra, which of the following are correct? A person could be a slave as a result of judicial punishment. Yes, there were many methods of becoming a slave in Kautilya's Arthashastra, and one of those was judicial punishment. So this statement is correct. If a female slave bore her master a son, she was legally free. Yes, this statement is also correct. If a son born to a female slave was fathered by her master, the son was entitled to the legal status of the master's son. Yes, this statement is also correct. So, in the context of Kautilya's Arthashastra, all the 3 statements are correct. So therefore the answer becomes D, 1, 2 and 3. So next question, consider the following statements. Tight monetary policy of the US Federal Reserve could lead to capital flight. This statement is correct because we have already discussed it in previous lectures that in the wake of increase in the policy rate or the rate of interest by the US Federal Reserve, there is a problem of capital flight in the developing or the emerging economies of the world. So this statement is correct. So how does this happen? Because with the increase in the rate of interest by the Federal Bank or US Federal Reserve, we can say the investors start withdrawing their money or withdrawing their investment from the developing or the emerging economies, and they start shifting their money to the US because there the rate of interest is higher, and the only purpose of the investor is to increase his return on the investments. So therefore this happens. So second statement, capital flight may increase the interest cost of firms with existing external commercial borrowing. Yes, this is true. When the capital flight happens, then capital flight is the result of, as we have discussed in the first statement, increase in the policy rate by the US Federal Reserve, and that leads to the depreciation of currency or of the emerging economies or the developing economies, and therefore with the depreciation of the currency of a country in comparison or in relation with the US dollar. So what happens? Let's suppose 1 US dollar was equal to rupees 40 earlier, and now 1 US dollar is equal to rupees 50. That means there is the depreciation of Indian rupee in this context, we can say. Let's suppose on a external borrowing or borrowing from external sources, a corporate has to pay $1,000 as interest. So earlier the corporate had to pay rupees 40,000 as far as the Indian currency was concerned. Okay. So he had to convert 40,000 rupees into dollars to pay off his interest liability. And now since $1 is equal to rupees 50, so that is why that person have to convert rupees 50,000 to purchase that is the $1,000 to pay off his interest liability. So therefore the interest cost of the firms with existing commercial borrowings increase. So this statement is correct. Devaluation of domestic currency decreases the currency risk associated with ECBs, external commercial borrowings. No, devaluation of domestic currency in fact increases the currency risk. We have already discussed it in the previous lectures. If you still have any problem related with this, you can write in comment box. I will definitely address your query. So so far I would like to say here that the statement 3 is also correct. So all the three statements are correct here. So answer becomes D. So next question, consider the following states: Andhra Pradesh, Kerala, Himachal Pradesh, Tripura. How many of the above are generally known as tea producing states? So the tea producing states of the given states are Kerala, Himachal Pradesh and Tripura. Andhra Pradesh is not a tea producing state. So therefore the three states are the tea producing states among the given four states. So the answer becomes C, only three states. So here is the list of tea producing states of India: Assam, Bihar, Himachal Pradesh, Karnataka, Kerala, Odisha, Tamil Nadu, Tripura, Uttarakhand, and West Bengal. So West Bengal is the largest tea producing state of India. So today's 5 questions have been discussed now. I hope this will be clear to you. If anybody has any doubt, you can write in the comment box. I will definitely address your query or address your doubt. So it is enough for today. We will discuss the next 5 questions in the next lecture. So bye for now. Thank you very much. God bless you all.